This is Liza. Liza had a heart bigger than anyone could see. She loved the little things, the tiny moments, the quiet places that others sometimes walked past without noticing. Every morning, Liza would wake up, stretch her arms wide, and think about all the ways she could make the world a little happier. Some days, she would spend hours watching the clouds drift across the sky, imagining the shapes they made. Other days, she would listen to the soft hum of bees as they buzzed from flower to flower. And sometimes, she would sit quietly under the old oak tree in her backyard, letting the gentle wind brush against her face, feeling as if the world itself was whispering stories to her. One bright morning, as the sun peeked over the rooftops and painted the sky with soft pinks and golds, Liza noticed something unusual in the garden. A small bird sat on the fence, its feathers ruffled, and its eyes looking down at the ground. The bird looked sad. Liza knelt down on the grass. She could hear the faint sound of the bird's tiny heartbeat, and she felt a gentle pull in her chest. She whispered softly, "Hello there, little one. Are you okay?" The bird didn't answer, but it tilted its head slightly, as if listening. Liza's heart ached a little for the tiny creature. She ran inside her house, opened a small cupboard, and found some crumbs from last night's bread. She sprinkled them carefully on the grass in front of the bird. The bird looked at the crumbs, then at Liza, and chirped, "Thank you?" Liza's face lit up with a smile. She watched the bird peck at the crumbs, hopping from one tiny step to another. "You're welcome," she said. "I'm so glad you're hungry and happy again." After a while, the bird flapped its wings and flew to a nearby tree. Liza waved goodbye, feeling a warm glow in her chest. Helping even the smallest creature made her heart feel as if it was smiling from the inside. Liza decided to spend the rest of the morning exploring. She wandered down the path toward the park, noticing the little details that most people overlooked. She saw a ladybug crawling along a leaf. She heard the distant bark of a dog, the laughter of children, and the gentle murmur of a stream hidden behind a cluster of trees. As she strolled, she noticed her friend Sam sitting on a bench, frowning, his head resting in his hands. Sam looked worried. Liza hurried over and sat down beside him. "Hey, Sam," she said softly. "What's wrong?" Sam sighed. "I don't know," he said. "I just feel like everything is too hard today." Liza thought for a moment, then opened her arms wide. "Come here," she said. "I think you need a hug." Sam blinked, surprised, but then leaned in, resting his head on her shoulder. Liza held him gently, letting him know that he wasn't alone. After a few moments, Sam pulled back and smiled. "Thanks, Liza," he said. "I feel a little better now." Liza smiled too. She loved seeing her friends happy. She knew that kindness wasn't just about helping animals or people, it was about listening, being there, and sharing love in small ways. After a while, Liza and Sam walked together through the park, discussing small things that brought them happiness. They noticed flowers peeking up through the grass. They saw squirrels chasing each other around the trees. They even found a small puddle that reflected the sky like a tiny mirror. Liza held Sam's hand as they laughed at the funny shapes in the clouds. As Liza continued her walk, she heard a soft whimpering sound near the garden gate. She followed the sound and found her puppy, Toby, lying on the grass. Toby's eyes were half closed, and he yawned slowly. The puppy looked tired. Liza ran to him, kneeling down with a bright, soft blanket in her arms. She spread the blanket on the grass and gently guided Toby onto it. The puppy snuggled close, pressing his warm little body against her side. Liza stroked his soft fur, feeling his tiny heartbeat match the rhythm of her own. Helping others, no matter how big or small, made Liza's heart feel warm. She thought about the bird, Sam, and now Toby. Each act of kindness seemed to ripple through her heart, filling it with a special kind of happiness that no toy or treat could ever give. That afternoon, Liza decided to visit the little pond at the far end of the park. Ducks paddled lazily in the water, and dragonflies zipped above the reeds. She noticed a duckling stuck in the mud near the edge of the pond. Liza gently reached down and helped the duckling back into the water. The mother duck quacked happily, and the duckling paddled around, safe once more. "You're welcome," Liza whispered to the tiny creature. She realized that even animals needed little acts of kindness sometimes. On her way home, Liza thought about all the ways she could show love every day. She remembered how she had helped the bird, Sam, Toby, and now the duckling. Every small action made her heart feel fuller, as if it was expanding with warmth. That evening, as the sky turned shades of pink and orange, Liza gathered Toby in her arms and walked to the park one last time. She found Sam and waved to him. He waved back with a grin. She also saw the little bird perched on the tree, singing its happy song. Liza felt like the world was full of tiny miracles, each one connected by kindness and care. She imagined a world where everyone shared a little love every day, a smile, a kind word, a warm hand, a gentle hug, a helping hand, a shared cookie, a soft blanket, a kind thought. Every small thing added up. Every little act made the world sparkle. By the time the stars began to peek out in the sky, Liza had hugged Sam, patted Toby, and watched the little bird flutter happily. Everyone smiled together. And in that moment, Liza felt a love so big and bright, it felt like it could fill the entire sky. Love, she realized, was all around. The next morning, Liza woke up thinking about the day ahead. She knew she would see new friends, new animals, and new chances to share her kindness. She thought about the bird, the duckling, Toby, and Sam. She thought about how small acts of love could ripple out in ways no one could see, changing the world slowly but beautifully. At breakfast, Liza made a little extra for Toby. She cut up small pieces of fruit and sprinkled crumbs for the birds outside the window. She even left a few crumbs near the pond for the ducks, remembering the little duckling she had helped the day before. Later, she went for a walk through the neighborhood. She noticed Mrs. Perez struggling with her grocery bags. Liza ran over and helped carry the bags inside. "Thank you, Liza," Mrs. Perez said with a bright smile. Liza felt her heart glow again. Next, she saw her friend Sam practicing on his bicycle. He had fallen a few times and looked frustrated. Liza cheered him on. "You can do it, Sam. Keep trying." Sam grinned and pushed himself up again. Liza stayed beside him, offering support and encouragement. When he finally rode his bike without wobbling, Sam shouted happily. Liza clapped and laughed. On her way home, Liza noticed a small kitten mewing under a bush. She gently coaxed the kitten out, and it purred as she stroked its soft fur. She carried it home and gave it some milk, feeling proud to help another little creature. By the time evening came, Liza had helped many people, animals, and friends. She sat on her porch with Toby in her lap, watching the sky turn to deep blue. The stars twinkled above, and the moon cast a soft glow over everything. Liza felt her heart full, overflowing with love, joy, and peace. Love, she realized, was not just a feeling. Love was sharing. Love was caring. Love was noticing the small things and doing something kind. Love grew bigger every time it was given, and it never ran out. Liza hugged Toby tightly, smiling at the world around her. She knew tomorrow would bring new chances to share love, new ways to help, and new ways to make the world a little brighter. And that, Liza thought as she closed her eyes, is how kindness spreads. One small act at a time. One smile at a time. One heart at a time. Love is all around.